Heyo, Chef Corso, Outdoor Eats. I'm here to put you on the path to amazing meals on your outdoor treks. And, guys, I've got my friends. They're coming to dinner. And yeah, I'm hosting them in the van here on the Blue Ridge Parkway, just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Put my nice collared shirt on, because my friends are coming to dinner. Oh yeah, we gotta look nice. And what we are doing in this video here is we are doing 1 skillet, 3 courses in the van on the Parkway here tonight. I gotta get finished setting up because when they get here, I wanna start on campy hour. Let's get cooking. Oh yeah, you can smell those mussels and shrimp all cooking. But what I love to do is use Nature Valley granola bars as a hack. All right, let's check on our fancy dessert. Oh boy. Hey, how you guys doing? You made it.
Hi.
Steve. Good.
Good to see you.
Welcome to the Parkway.
That's right. Thanks.
Hey, we're down.
How's it going?
Good, good. Welcome.
See ya.
Sweet setup.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we've got
nice.
a campy hour snack that I'm going to cook up in a minute. But I heard you guys brought some wine.
Yeah, we got some vino.
Oh, nice. Well, let's get cracking on that and then get cooking.
All right.
So for our first course this evening, we're doing a bursted tomato goat cheese dip. And this is one of my favorites. It's actually one of the first few recipes I tested for Outdoor Eats. I actually tested this in Joshua Tree one time, a long time ago.
Awesome.
But really, really quick and easy and awesome option to start our evening.
Cool.
Yeah. And for you?
Oh, sorry. Just so you know.
You're good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, good to see you guys. It's
Good
been a
to
long
see
time.
you.
Too.
Thanks.
It's going to go really well with our dinner tonight.
Excellent.
Nice.
I couldn't have planned it better then.
Fantastic. For our bursted tomato goat cheese dip, we just have those baby tomatoes. We have some goat cheese and some dry seasonings, some red chili pepper, salt, Italian seasoning, and some garlic and some oil. So first thing is I'm going to get these tomatoes all bursted, hence the recipe name, and then melt our goat cheese, and then we can dunk them with your favorite cracker.
yeah.
But you know, you guys just chill. I'll cook a campy hour here. Don't worry about it. So in our pan, I have oil and our baby tomatoes. And as you can hear, they are starting to pop and burst. Exactly what we want. It doesn't take too long for this to happen, but we're looking for them to start to break down. And if you'd like to speed up this process, even though it doesn't take all that long, you can poke the tomatoes too to kind of break through their skin. That can be a little bit tough sometimes. Oh yeah. Smelling good, guys?
Sounds delicious.
So our tomatoes are starting to burst, which is looking really, really good. I'm gonna add my seasonings in here. So I've got some garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic if you like, but I'm living in a van and I don't want to chop it right now, so. And I've got some red chili flake. If you don't want it spicy, it's okay. Just leave that out. And a little Italian seasoning. And some salt.
Oh man, he salts like you do.
then,
Freestyle.
Yeah.
yep, Chef Corso freestyle action. Give that a little
It
stir.
smells so good.
Yeah, once those spices hit the pan,
I know.
really, really activate them.
Oh yeah.
Then add my goat cheese. And if you guys don't like goat cheese out there, you could add some brie. That could be really good too. Melts really nicely. But we're looking for some nice melting cheese because this is going to turn into a dip. And, you know, we want it to be able to be dippable.
It looks so good. You can make that at home.
You can make this at
I'm
home,
like,
but we are making
you
this on the
make that
Parkway
at
tonight.
home.
Yep.
Not just outdoors. Yeah, it looks so good.
Mm.
Good
Well, I
thing
love
I'm
this.
starving.
I'm glad you guys came hungry. Well, and I love this recipe too because it's only a few ingredients. It only takes a few minutes to get together, but really, really presents as something super, super fancy.
Right.
So I love cooking it for you guys, but also for other folks because you don't need a whole lot to be able to cook really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, look at that bubbling action. Oh, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Aha!
Nice.
And that's about it. So maybe 5 to 10 minutes for our dip. I'm going to turn it off and we're going to get dipping.
Excellent.
All right, guys. First course is served.
All right.
You dig in.
Hey.
All right. I'll try one.
And yeah, get some nice crusty bread or your favorite cracker.
Oh yeah, bread would be good too. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. How hot is it?
It's going to be pretty warm. Yeah, it is molten cheese.
Thanks so much for feeding us.
Yeah.
You're welcome. This is just course one.
I know.
Does that work for you?
Delicious. Yeah, that's good.
Good start to the campy hour on the Parkway?
Very yummy.
Good, good.
That's excellent.
I'm glad you guys like it. Well, I think the great part about setting up here too is there's no rush. We're just
Right.
making dinner, hanging out, watch the sunset tonight. And I mean, I got nowhere to be. Do you have anything else to do tonight?
No.
No? Okay, good.
Just this.
Well, and some other folks in the Outdoor Eats community have kind of dubbed these evenings destination dinners.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, how far do you guys live from here?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So not very far. Asheville is just like 15 minutes away. And sometimes, especially in the summertime, is either get takeout to the lookout or pack something like this and go have a destination dinner somewhere.
Right.
And it's really fun and you get to enjoy a new spot or enjoy an old favorite.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So, for all the fine folks out there, we haven't introduced you yet. So, who are you? Who is your daddy and what do you do?
I'm Tim Bateman, and I
Hi, Tim.
work at Rockgeist Bike Pack USA. And we make all kinds of bike packing bags for those that like to travel on their bike.
Nice.
And yeah, I do a little customer service, bag sewing, and just a little bit of everything.
I'm Angie Robinson, and I co-own Darby Communications, and we're a PR agency. We do digital marketing in the outdoor industry, and been doing it for 14 years. And yeah, so I get to do fun things like this often.
For sure. So
So
Darby
it's always a
was
treat.
Darby was my PR company last year. Did some really, really good stuff and really fun stuff together. But we all met last year. I don't know, around a little bit before this time. And
Right.
Tim, we met last fall. But you know, we all hit it off, had a good time, and definitely wanted to connect with them when I was back here in Nashville.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's great. We're so glad that you did.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome.
I mean, I feel this is like a co-hosting evening because you guys live here. I'm
Yeah,
just
right.
vagabonding through, but then I'm cooking. So yeah, we're co-hosting this
Right.
evening.
I love it.
Right.
It's a good combo.
Yeah.
That's right. Brought to you by the Western North Carolina locals.
Yes, absolutely. Well, guys, we are going to enjoy this dip for a few more minutes and sip on our vino, and then we'll set up for our second course. Do you guys know what we're having for dinner?
I can't remember.
Oh, we are having seafood paella.
Oh, that's right.
Seafood
Excellent.
paella in this skillet. Yes.
It's a pretty sweet deal on the Parkway.
On the Parkway.
It's not something I've ever done before.
You never had seafood paella on the Parkway?
No.
Well,
Well, a lot of things on the Parkway, but
neither have
not
I. It'll be a first for both of us.
Perfect.
Awesome. So this is the remnants of the dip. We still have a little bit more to snack on, but it is time to prep for dinner. So Angie is going to help me prep on this one. Tim's just going to chill and drink some wine. Good job, Tim. Maybe you can help me with dessert.
Good job.
So we are going to make a seafood paella. And what we're going to do is just actually not clean this skillet because there's tomato, there's cheese in there, and I think that'll be just fine for our paella. You guys okay with that?
That'd be great.
Okay, cool. If you do want to clean this up, so say maybe somebody has a dairy allergy, just throw a little extra water in here, turn the burner back on, and give it a little scrape, and that should dissipate the ingredients in there pretty easily. So, ingredients for our seafood paella, we have instant rice. You can use real rice if you would like, but we're, trail van life in right now. We have a lemon, a little bit of oil. We've got some paella spice here, which is going to be really, really nice. We have a couple shallots, or you could use an onion, and some roasted red peppers. You can use fresh too, but I really like the flavor of the roasted red peppers. And then for our seafood, what I love doing for this sort of situation, because food safety can be a concern. If you're doing fresh shrimp or fresh salmon or anything like that, you just have to make sure you clean up your board and clean up your hands. We are going for the packaged option. So we have a can of tiny shrimp, we have classic packet of tuna, and we have a tin of smoked oysters. So we're going seafood trio here tonight, but all packaged, and you guys can tell everybody how it tastes compared to the fresh stuff.
Yeah.
So
Also, tinned fish is like the new hip thing. So
I mean, tinned fish can
so on trend.
be quite delicious. So yeah. So Angie, if you want to start
Okay.
chopping up those shallots, nothing super fancy here.
All right.
And here.
Am I going over there or right here?
Why don't you go right here?
All right.
Yeah, we'll just do a
Tim,
little.
you can move to my
Yeah, we'll
short
just
seat.
do a little
right.
little musical chair shift here. I'll get some oil in the pan, and what I do like to do for this pan is to scrape as much of the stuff off and the cheese off as I can. Awesome. So we'll get a little oil in the pan.
Oh, I feel like my skills are on display.
You're doing a great job.
You can do it.
You can do it. So I'm just going to drain our pepper water. We'll use that a little bit later because there's some great flavor here. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to do a little rip of our peppers in here. What I love about cooking outside is it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not doing small, medium, perfect dices or juliennes. We're just getting it in the pan. But those are looking awesome. You're doing a great job.
I feel like it always tastes better outside too. Something about camping or being outdoors.
Totally agree.
So what do you do, being in the van, what do you do with all your trash at night? Is it in the van with you or?
Sometimes it is in the van with me. What I suggest is to start a trash and start it now. Is when your first day in the van, get a trash bag and start it now, because organization and things in there, you just need to keep things organized and together. If not, it's going to be chaos really, really quickly. So yeah, start a trash and start it now.
Right. Are you showering with the water in there?
I'm not. I have a happy membership to the YMCA.
Nice.
So that is where I clean myself on a consistent basis. Angie, that is great. We're gonna throw
Okay, all right.
perfect. We're gonna throw that right in the skillet, and then we'll chop up that other one.
All right.
So I've got my skillet all heated up. We have oil, we have shallot that Angie's chopping, and our ripped up roasted red peppers. Tim's still doing great back there. And I'm going to open up our seafood, so we are ready for that when it's time. Actually, Tim, would you like to open up our can of shrimp?
Sure.
This is the old school.
Oh yeah.
Old school guy. So you got to be careful.
All right. You want to slide this in
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Here, you got it.
All right.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Great.
Also did not know you could buy tiny shrimp in a can.
They are still there on the shelves. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really, like you were saying, there's some really awesome tinned or packaged seafood out there. Or you could do smoked salmon, which would be really tasty
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And really choose your own adventure about how to make up your seafood dish. Or just do the packaged tuna. It's going to be pretty darn good, right?
Right? Yeah. I'm glad he asked you to do that.
I'm a little out of practice. I haven't done this since I was a
Right,
kid.
I know,
my
right?
Dad's,
So
got into my dad's army food.
what I've learned about the old school can opener is that you have to go slow and steady, or else
Yeah.
you are just for a world of hurt. But you're doing a great job.
I'm so glad I offered to help chop and didn't sit and wait.
Well, this is what I really like doing. You know, I like cooking outside, but it's always more fun to cook with friends
Yeah.
and to share the prep. And again, we got nowhere to go, so we're just cooking.
right.
We're just cooking Paella on the Parkway.
That's right. It's a whole new show.
Totally.
Paella on the Parkway.
Yep.
Oh, I think there's this little bowl is for
Yeah.
juice.
Let's keep that. Yeah, let's keep the
I'm
juice.
just trying to keep from splashing it everywhere.
Yeah, totally. And as this has been cooking too, our goat cheese is dissipated, so that's all running through it now too. So it's going to be a pretty good option.
Aw,
Nice, thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
Well done.
like little langostinos.
It's like a badger chewed it up.
Do they have badgers here in the Blue Ridge Mountains? No.
A groundhog.
Groundhogs. I don't think the groundhog can do that.
No.
Okay, here's what we're looking like now. So we've got our trio of seafood all ready. We've got our seasoning. We have our shallots and red peppers getting nice and cooked in the pan here. So I think we're going to start to add our seafood.
Good. We have to make this at the beach in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Not canned though. We can just get the fresh stuff.
yeah, for sure. Add our paella spice. Yeah, go ahead and throw it in there whenever you're ready.
Maybe? No?
Maybe? Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Let me just squeeze it out of there.
Challenge, there it is. Slipped right out. Nice. All right. So stirring all that up. You can add a little bit of tomato paste if you like 2 or a couple of more of those baby tomatoes. And actually, yeah, throw a couple baby tomatoes already in there.
Yeah.
Already
with cheese.
Already bursted in cheese. Sure. Wow, that's coming together really, really nicely. You guys smelling that paella spice?
Oh,
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Very
bet the
fragrant.
people having their takeout over there are wishing that they were cooking up dinner on the Parkway.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe. I don't know. They might have pad thai. Pad thai sounds kind of good. All right. Give this a quick little taste. See how we're doing. As far as seasonings go. Wow. Great seafood flavor so far. I'll add a little bit more seasoning because we're going to add our rice to this as well. So I have a lot of rice here, but I don't need all of this. So
Or you just wing it.
just winging it. Corso winging it here, eyeballing it. It should probably be fine. Can always add a little
If I
bit.
did that, I mean, all of a sudden there would be like rice coming out
Everywhere.
Of the pan.
Rice volcano.
Yeah. It'd be like if you open French soap in the washing machine. And
Oh,
all the
it
soap
just goes
suds start
everywhere?
coming out.
Totally. I think we're going to be okay this evening. So yeah, a couple cups in there for our skillet. And just going to...
Looking great.
Hope you're hungry.
I know.
Yeah.
I know I am. I'm always hungry.
So flavors coming together, hydrating up our rice, and we're going to add some water to this. And since this is instant rice, we're just going to get it up to a simmer and then put a lid on it and come back in a few minutes. I've added our water to this, and also I kept the juice and water from the can of shrimp and also the red pepper, and just threw it on in there too, because there's a lot of great flavor in there. You don't need to throw that away. So we're going to turn off the burner, put a lid on it, and come back to it in a few minutes. All right, guys, we've been letting this sit for about 10 minutes. I turned the burner back on. Let's check it out. Oh boy. Wow. Looks pretty good. Angie cut up some lemon and some snap peas. Could also use some frozen peas or something like that. See how we're doing. So I turned the burner back on because I want to try to get some of those nice crispy situations at the bottom. But wow, this is a...
That's amazing.
This also looked like a lot of food. It's just one skillet. Like, this is easy, 4 portions. Unless, Tim, did you go on a bike ride today? You're going to eat all
No,
this?
unfortunately not.
All right.
We did trail run right down the next overlook, so
Okay.
smart.
Nice. So I'm going to let this cook and crisp up a little bit, but we are looking really, really nice. And then we'll garnish this up and have our dinner. Nice. So well, that's what I'm looking for. That nice crispiness on the bottom. Yes. Make sure you don't burn down here. This is going to give us some nice extra flavor. Oh yeah. You can smell those mussels and shrimp all cooking. Awesome. And then garnish this up. Nice fresh peas here. Turn off our burner. Nice. And we have got a big, nice skillet of seafood paella for all of us tonight. All right, guys, it's time to eat.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Well, cheers to dinner, guys.
Yeah.
Angie,
Yeah.
thank you for
you.
shopping.
Yeah.
Tim, thanks for opening up the shrimp.
Hold it down a chair.
Team effort.
That's right. Thanks for cooking this amazing meal.
Mm-hmm.
Such
Wow.
a treat.
Yeah, so what are you guys tasting?
I definitely taste the spices.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
really good. And a lot of the lemon right now because I'm on the top layer.
Sure.
I gotta dig deep now. Let's see.
Well, I'm tasting a lot of seafood flavor with just a couple packages of seafood.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm definitely getting a big, strong seafood vibe.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm really liking. It's good.
So good. Yeah, it's just got all the flavors. It's delicious.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, and I thought this would be a good dish to cook together because paella is a communal dish. You know, you can make a small batch, make a big batch, and share it. It's also really easy to get a bigger skillet and make it a larger batch too. But it is meant to be shared.
And the crispy.
Yeah.
Gotta get those crispy
Spot
bits.
on.
I know. So good.
Well, and for all you guys out there too, if you don't want seafood, that's completely okay. You can do veggies. You can do chicken, maybe a little bit of chorizo or other pork sausage in there, and really make it your own. But I also love that this is our view right now.
I know.
Sun's going down, clouds over the valley. It's pretty great.
Not bad for a post-work dinner.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
It's a way to wind down the day.
Well, guys, dinner was okay for you?
It was okay.
It's okay.
It'll do.
It'll do. Fair.
That was the best overlook dinner
Fantastic.
I've ever had.
Yeah,
It's
hands
amazing.
down.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't made that recipe in a while, but that's a winner. That needs to be in the rotation for sure. So you have room for dessert?
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So to continue with our one skillet theme, is we did some pretty good work on the skillet. Packed some stuff for leftovers. But we do have some crumbly bits on here. So we're going to clean this up real quick because we don't necessarily want seafood into our dessert, which is a fig and pear crisp.
Excellent.
Okay, so I'm going to get a little water in here and we'll do a quick little reboil method to release some of the flavors and the bits on here.
Nice. Man, we got a big thing going lately in our life. We were eating those the other day and they're so good.
Nice.
And then we were going to...
So have you guys done kind of the reboil method on the skillet before?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
typically how we clean them.
Yeah, I think it's a really good method for inside and outside, but especially for those crumbly bits or if there's a smeared on something, it really gives you a jump start on cleaning, so you don't have to sit there with a sponge or a steel wool the whole time.
I'm impressed at your non-use of paper towels.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I feel like I'm always wiping everything with paper towels when we're outside cooking.
Yeah, I haven't used too many, but thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, just goes to show you don't really have to have it all.
Yeah.
Want me to cut those?
Yeah, I think I got these ones. So we're doing pear and apple. There weren't a whole lot of great pears at the market, so we're going to do one pear and one golden delicious apple. Get a little bit more sweetness, but any combination of pears and apples can work for this. Just do a quick little rough chop on these. All right, guys, what is the coolest thing about living in Asheville?
The access to the outdoors is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I've noticed that already. Just within an hour, and if you go 2 hours, you can see a ton of stuff. And even some really great parks just in town, too.
Yeah, I mean, we can paddleboard like 10 minutes from our office on the river, which is pretty nice.
That's awesome.
It's flat enough that you can paddle upstream and just do laps. And you can trail run or mountain bike 10 minutes from the office as well, so that's pretty nice.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. You get kind of spoiled by it.
Yeah, the accessibility. I explored a bunch of waterfalls this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And just so many within a close proximity to each other. Really, really pretty.
Yeah. You must have been down in the Brevard area.
Yeah, that's where we
Yeah.
were. It was great.
Yeah, it was so pretty down there.
All right, just gonna scrape off the sides here. Just a little bit of water. And then I'll take this in the van and give it a final clean before we cook up our dessert. Cook up pretty good. Doesn't need to be perfect for this evening. Nice. All right, pretty darn clean skillet back on the burner. And Angie, if you could help me again with putting our veggies, or excuse me, our fruit in our skillet.
All right.
Great. Nice. We have one apple, one pear. You can do 2 pears, 2 apples, whatever you like, and some figs. Slightly fancy dinner here today. Got a little bit of brown sugar that I weaseled from the Holiday Inn Express. Thanks, Holiday Inn Express Asheville, for your support in this dessert. And a little bit of cinnamon. And Angie, if you could hit me with a little bit of water from your water bottle, that would be great. Already smelling wonderful. Maybe just like a half a cup to start. A little bit more than that.
One more?
Yep.
Okay.
Can always add more. One more blurb.
Okay.
Perfect. Nice.
Oh, smells so delicious.
And our fruits do have a good amount of moisture here, so we don't want to add too much at the get-go. All we're looking to do here for these fruits is to just kind of get it to a nice compote. And for a classic crisp, you know, we're putting these fruits together with some sugar and some spices. We're putting it in a baking pan or skillet. And then for our topping, we'll probably do some butter, some flour, some oatmeal. But what I love to do is use some Nature Valley granola bars as a hack. Or you could also have your own fresh made granola and throw that right on top. So that way you get the flavor and texture of a crisp without having to bake it. I'm just going to put a lid on here and we'll come back and check on it in a few minutes. All right, let's check on our fancy dessert. Oh boy. So we've got pear and an apple, our figs, a little bit of brown sugar and water, all bubbling up and all nice and soft. Then Angie is going to hit it with our granola bars because the top of a crisp is mostly just oatmeal anyway. It's a great hack to get that crisp experience without having to bake it. Oh yeah. You are doing great. I'm going to turn off our burner. Awesome. Oh, it's coming out there. Nice. And then to really make this fancy, I've got some balsamic vinegar. Just give it a nice drizzle drizz over that whole thing. Yep.
Oh, so much pressure.
I believe in you. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Give us a little tang, a little extra sweetness.
All right. Is that good?
Beautiful. That looks great. Thank you, Angie. Wow. Pear, fig, apple crisp. To finish off our three recipe skillet experience. Let's check on the sunset over here. Yep, coming on nicely.
Wow, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Well, guys, thanks for joining me for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
It's been great to see you guys again and great to share a crazy 3-course meal here on the Parkway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for making time for us.
Anytime. I will eat dinner with you on the Parkway any night.
Sweet.
Wow. I love that little bit of balsamic on there.
I'm also pretty much a sucker for granola in all meals all day long.
It is a good thing.
My family makes fun of me because I've told them that overnight oats are my favorite thing in the world and that I get excited to eat them every day at work when I get into work. And Tim and my daughter are both like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, they're just amazing.
Hey,
I
whatever.
just love, you can do everything with oats. They can be savory or sweet.
Mm-hmm.
They're the perfect food.
Well, I love hearing that. I love hearing what foods people really, really like. And that's a solid one. But I mean, it's nice that it gets you out of bed to go eat the overnight oats.
Gets me through my workout,
There you go.
knowing when to eat those at 9:30 or 10 every day.
That's awesome. I'm a more of a savory guy. I'll get out of bed more for like a frittata or like eggs Benedict or something after my workout.
Yeah. An eggs Benedict, that's a heavy one after a workout.
That is. It means I just have to hit it pretty hard.
If you were stranded and could only have one food for the rest of your life, or like, you know, for a year, what would that food be?
One of my favorite foods is potatoes. I think that might be a good answer because there's a lot of different ways you could cook it. It's very nutritious.
Yep.
But also I kind of like this hot sauce and like pasta with marinara sauce and meatballs. But I think for just one staple, it would probably have to be potatoes.
Right, like you would have to have other things with it.
Yeah.
You gotta have salt. You couldn't just eat a potato without salt.
Yeah, and you can't just have salt, so you
Right.
gotta have at least something.
Yeah.
But I'd rather go for a potato over rice or pasta.
Tim,
I mean,
pizza.
probably.
there's a
Or-
little oven you can take on the island for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Portable oven.
Yep.
I can be straining with.
I mean, maybe it just magically appears every day.
Sure.
Wow.
This island could be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But it's always the same dish.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough one. You get spices?
Okay, you get one dish.
One.
It magically
One
appears
dish.
every day. What would that one dish be? It would have all the spices that you need. You can't like eat it any other way. It'd
Yeah.
just be that dish.
It could be like a beef stew or a
Yeah.
casserole or something.
Right.
Or
Probably tacos.
tacos.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what taco?
What kind of tacos? Yeah. Do you want pastor? Do you want carne asada?
I don't know. I mean, kind of my new favorite is the. We've been doing sweet potato, corn, black bean.
Oh, veggies. Yeah. That's a good one.
Which I really love meat, but man,
It's
about that combo.
it's a good combo for sure. Yeah.
Well, there is chorizo in it.
Well, yeah, we don't always
for
put
for
chorizo.
for general flavor, right?
You're like, oh, chorizo, it doesn't count. But you
Right.
know.
Well, we don't always put chorizo.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
Every once in a while.
for sure. Yeah, that's a good. I think it's colorful, has good texture, and it's very hearty and filling, and doesn't. You don't necessarily have to have meat for that combo, for sure.
No.
Especially if you get a little slice of avocado or something on there. You've got a very nutritious
Right.
situation there.
And probably complete protein, right?
Yeah, pretty darn close.
I think mine would probably be black beans and rice.
That's good.
Because
too.
I mean, as much as I love oats, if I ate overnight oats for my only meal, I probably have diabetes pretty soon.
good.
There would always be like some sugary element of like fruit or something.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I could eat Mexican food most meals for a while.
Oh yeah.
I went to Oaxaca for 3 weeks in January.
Mole.
The mole, the tacos, the everything, and I was blown away by the flavors and the textures and the quality and all kinds of stuff. But I of the 3 weeks, I probably ate Mexican flavors 95% of the time. I think I made pasta one night or 2 nights, but I'm like, this is all just amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Especially fresh and
Oh, fresh
Yeah.
corn tortillas there, just
Oh.
wonderful.
Oh,
yeah, incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, like my 2 times I've been to Mexico on bike trips down to Copper Canyon. Like the first time I went, we were kind of doing like a figuring out what our trip was going to be, because we were guiding some guests, and the guy I was with, he was like, "We're gonna stop at this little house." And there was a little old Mexican lady out like sifting blue corn flour. And we went in, and I think all we ate was tortillas and salsa. Like, and she had her stove was covered in blue corn tortillas.
For sure.
Oh wow.
And I like that smell.
Oh,
Like anytime I smell a fresh tortilla,
yep.
I mean it takes me right back there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like I can close my eyes, I can see the house, I can see the lady. Like it was amazing.
Yep.
And it's like the simplest thing ever.
The simplest thing ever, but just so well done. Yeah. So good. Well, I feel like we could probably hang out for a lot longer because we just talk about food the whole time,
Yeah.
which,
do.
which I'm okay with.
Yeah. we talk about food a lot in our house.
You know?
I think Tim's favorite though is I'm always like, I'm hungry. And he's like, okay. And then I'll be like, I'm hungry. He's like, yeah, I know, I heard. If we're like on a bike ride or in the car, and I'm like, it makes me feel better if I just say it out loud. Yeah. We talk
So-
about food a lot.
Yep.
Always planning the next meal.
Yeah, so we have a thing in our family, which is sort of the delightful curse of the people who like food. So my dad specifically is very, very big on this, which is we're having breakfast, nice sourdough waffles. 2 bites in, he's like, "So what's for lunch?" And like, I am concerned about what's for lunch as well. Because yeah, good to have a plan, right? But he is like so forward thinking but I'm like, can't we just sit and enjoy these waffles
Right.
for at least 5 minutes, please? And then we can discuss what's next in the food category. But let's just take a moment here. But we do it all the time because it's just such a part of our family. It's like funny, but then not, because you're like, come on, like,
Well, can we just pause and enjoy
yes,
this?
let's just pause.
We've got 3 more hours to worry about lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're filming right now, just so you know.
All right.
Oops.
Oh.
We'll get that on the outtake reel. Oh.